Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today I proudly present Mercedes lovers' take on a 2014 Audi A8.
Number of people allowed in the store.
So first things first, one thing you'll notice is the screen which you put away, how it pops out. The new model does not do this, but this is something that, you know, Mercedes have never done. I mean, the previous gen S-Class, the W221, had a tilt function, but it didn't have a function to put the screen away. So that's that. Also, the shifter is console mounted as opposed to on the column, and you have the manual shift button on the steering wheel as opposed to having nothing at all or having a manual button somewhere in the center console. Parking brake control is right here. Pull up to apply and push down to release, as opposed to down below the headlight switch in a Mercedes, which is push to apply and pull to release. I wish it would apply automatically, but you know, I don't mind pulling the parking brake. Also, as you can see, there's the headlight switch. Right now it's in auto, and when it's in auto it lights up in orange or amber, and I think that's a pretty cool feature. Mercedes definitely does not do this. However, on their newer models, auto is in the center, which is what I would kind of prefer, so that way you're not looking at a crooked or whatever headlight switch. But at least this car has the option to turn the lights completely off. Of course, Mercedes, you kind of have that, but then when you turn the ignition fully off, one of the roadside parking lights will be on, so yeah, it's that kind of frustration. All four automatic windows, heated mirrors. It has two-person memory instead of three, lock and unlock, with a pilot light to let you know it's locked, and then a light up here for the security system. The cruise control is similar to that of what you would find on a Mercedes. So what you do is there's no detents, you just move it up or down to adjust your speed, but if you hold, then that is how you can increase your speed by increments of 5 miles per hour. And then you pull to resume, push to cancel, and then push even further to turn it off completely. And then press this to set. The drive modes are accessed in quite an interesting way, if I do say so myself. You have to go to the car menu, and then you have the 4 different driving modes. So, comfort, automatic, dynamic, and individual. And you can set individual by touching this button and adjusting the settings to your liking. I like to just leave it in auto. Now, this is one thing I wish Mercedes cars had, is an automatic or otherwise adaptive driving mode, because Audi calls it auto, BMW calls it adaptive, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, on certain BMWs, adaptive drive mode is an optional feature. But it's standard on the 7 Series, so there you have it. But the BMW M340i I rented in Beverly Hills did not have said feature. It had just Comfort, Eco Pro, and Sport, and then you had Sport Plus, Sport Individual within Sport. So there you go. Traction control off. The only thing I've been able to do is put it in Sport as opposed to completely off. I don't know how to turn it completely off. I've tried holding it, and it doesn't want to turn off. Whereas with Mercedes, unless it's an AMG, you don't get the sport mode. So it's either on or off. You either have a button or a menu to go into to turn that off. Whereas on an AMG, you do have a traction control button, and just pushing it puts it into sport. Pushing and holding for a couple of seconds turns it completely off. There's a panel dimmer. So a panel dimmer knob as opposed to an up and down knob. You can push it in to hide it. Much like an antique radio treble and bass adjustment knob. So all-weather lights as opposed to front fog lights, and then rear fog lights, and this has 2 rear fog lights. On a Mercedes you only get 1, which I find weird. And you have child locks controlled through the driver's control panel as opposed to within the door. I mean, the system, it's not too hard to understand, but it is a little antiquated. Then again, this isn't the up-to-date A8, so I'll give it a little bit of a break for that. It's got a half digital instrument cluster. I don't really like the fact that it likes to beep all the time whenever I open the door, but you can dismiss that by pressing OK. You also have to have the door open to pop the hood, but honestly, to me, that's not all that much of an issue. Here's the V6 engine. So Mercedes was a little late to the game in introducing a V6 gasoline engine to the S-Class, unless of course you count the S450 hybrid, which was a W221. It had a V6 hybrid. And then there was also the S550E, which was a plug-in hybrid. And as you can see, there is still room between the engine and the radiator for a V8, and that's why the Audi A8 4.0 exists, as well as the S8. It does have self-closed doors. And it does have massaging seats. So you push this button, that starts it, and you can see exactly what type of massage you're getting, as well as adjust what type you want with these buttons here. So the same buttons used to control the lumbar, and then these buttons on the side are for the intensity, and the up and down are to go between modes. And then twisting this lever here will allow you to control your different lumbar adjustments within the seat. Or you can scroll all the way back up to the massage function. So right now it's off. It does have adaptive headlights, and they work great, but it doesn't have automatic high beams, which Mercedes has had on the S-Class standard for a number of years now, and Audi only recently started doing that with the A8. This one was made at a time where a lot of luxury companies just nickeled and dimed you for everything. It's like if you wanted automatic high beams, you had to get an advanced camera package system package. Yeah. No automatic brake hold either. That button would be right behind the parking brake, and it would have an A, so an A symbol instead of a P. And that's pretty much going to be the end of this video. So if you enjoyed, Smash the thumbs up in the face, subscribe if you're new, turn on post notifications, do what you do best, and peace out until next time.